Chirp family, what's going on? It's your boy, HeIsMellowD, Mellow, Jalo, Drippy, whatever you want to call me. And we are back with another episode of I'm a Shut Up Podcast. This is episode 68. I hope everyone's having a good day out there. If you're not having a good day, go do something to make sure that you have a good day, because who's in charge of your happiness? You are. Before I get started, I just want to say to everyone who's listening, watching, and all that stuff, seeing the clips, all that stuff, make sure that you're following, sharing, liking, reposting, all of that stuff, telling people about this podcast so this podcast can grow. Yeah, that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. We are here, episode 68. This is the Chris Kimawitu episode. He was the center for us when we won our last time we won the Super Bowl. I think was like 2011. Was our last Super Bowl? Something like that. Yeah, but so shout out to you, bro. It's your episode. And we are here, episode 68, doing another episode, 2 in a week. Actually did it. Proud of myself for that, because I was thinking, like, you know what? I don't really feel like doing it, but I said I was going to do it, so I'm doing it here. So, but yeah, man, just giving y'all a quick little update. Princeton's doing great, of course. If you're watching this video, you see I finally got a haircut. I don't look like Wolfman Jack no more. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Angela's doing great. You know, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. So I guess I'll just get right into, before I go into that stuff, I gotta tell y'all, man, Lyft, bro, they being cheap. Like, so with the surges, they being cheap and broke, because it's like, what are you doing? The surges usually are like dollar amounts, right? They changed it to percentages. So it's like, why is y'all taking money out of my pocket? And if you're like, oh, it's not really taking money out of your pocket, but it is, because it's like, let's say you take a small ride, $4 ride, right? With a $4 bonus on it, that's an $8 ride right there, right? But a $4 ride with a 40% bonus on it, 40%, 10% is of $4 is 40 cents. So 40, 80, $1.20, $1.60. That $4 ride is now a $5.60 ride. So you see, like, you just took money out of my pocket just because you want to be cheap. Like, I don't know, man. I don't like when they be messing with our bread, and yeah, it kind of pisses me off, and it make me want to go back to working on Uber more. But it's like Uber be being cheap too. So honestly, I just probably just gotta find a job, especially in what's about to happen in Trump's economy, in Trump's world. So I don't know. We'll see. Excuse me. But yeah, Lyft, stop being broke asses. Get it together, man. Get it together. But nextly, I judged the book by its cover. And I mean, I don't really feel bad about it, but I gotta tell y'all about it. So, right, I drove this couple. I drove this this portly white couple. Portly means like kind of big, right? So I drive them. They're cool. They're polite. Whatever. Da 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 da. And everything's fine. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary. But pull up to their house. And they asked me to pull into the driveway. First of all, I don't like pulling into the driveway, but I guess I made an exception a little bit for them. Excuse me, because they had a super, super long driveway, right? So I get up. Excuse me, gosh. I get up to their house, and they got Trump signs all over the place. I instantly catch an attitude. I'm like, oh my God. But I kept my cool, kept my professionalism, you know, because that's what you got to do. You can't let stuff like that affect you out in the real world. Social media is a different story. But in the real world, yeah, no, you can't let that stuff affect you. So I just, whatever, they got out the car, told them have a good day. And I instantly one-starred them. I'm like, I don't want to drive these people again, right? And honestly, it made me kind of look at myself. Because I'm like, damn, I really did do this just because they had all the Trump signs up in their house and then on their yard. But I've explained, it's like, especially like, well, I don't know if I explained it on here, but I've explained it to people before. Like, if you voted for Trump and like you keep that to yourself, fine. I like, it's like one of them, if I don't know, it can't hurt me type of deals, or if I don't know, I don't really care too much type of deals. But when you like openly support the dude, and it's like, he's a racist, he's a misogynistic, and like, he's just like an all around bad person. So when you like openly support it, that's when I'm like, I don't really fuck with you, and I don't want to fuck with you. You feel me? So it's like, you keep that stuff personal and private. That's just what it is. Like, I'm not going to really pry, because I'm not one to sit down and talk to people and be like, oh, so who'd you vote for this election? Or who'd you vote for last election? I really don't care too much. It's just when you come out and you openly support it. That's just like, all right, well, I know I don't align with you and I don't want to be cool with you, so I'm not going to be. But, right? So that's the reason why I gave him the 1 star instantly off the rip. I'm like, you got all these Trump signs. I know I wouldn't like you. So 1 star, I don't want to drive you again. Whatever, cool. Why, like 3-4 minutes later, I get you got a tip. I'm like, oh, they gave me a tip. That's what's up. I don't care. Bro, they gave me a $20 tip. They gave me a $20 tip. And then it started making me think like, damn, am I the asshole now? But no, they probably gave it to me because they like, he's a black man. He probably voted for Kamala. She lost. Let's make him feel a little better because the person we wanted to win actually won. Because if you, I know I'm not the only one that has noticed this. Like, some white people don't like let the Trump white people. They're like, they're either completely just like belligerently ignorant right now, or they're overly nice. Like, there's no like kind of in the middle. Like, they're like really, really nice, or they're just like, you can tell like this is an asshole and he would probably be up in somebody's face if given the chance, right? So, yeah. I guess that's my judge. You can't judge a book by its cover story, but I didn't really feel too like, I felt a little bit. I was like, damn, maybe I'm the one who's wrong, but I was just like, nah, I'm not. and then I didn't really feel anything about it after that. So, but I had to tell y'all. So, yeah. Some days has passed, and now we're like, like 11, 12 days past the election, and Trump has made, I think, a couple different addresses to the country. I'm not about to like watch them or go over all of them, but I do got a couple one here that I wanted to play. But yeah, it's just I don't know. He's pretty much saying a lot of the stuff that was like in Project 2025. Some things he's saying for verbatim, some things he's paraphrasing, but it's still like the general idea of what was in there. So it's just like, I don't know. We're in for a wild 4 years, if that is what. Well, no, it's gonna happen because, yeah, I don't see any way of his convictions and him having to go to court and all that other stuff is gonna stop him from actually being the 47th president in America. I seen something where it was like the 14th Amendment said you can't run again if you inherit or incite. What was it? Something about like the rebellious stuff with January 6th and all that other shit. There was something about like he probably shouldn't be able to run, and there was like 30 states actually brought that up as an issue, but it was just like, nah, and they wanted to take him off the ballot, but I guess they just got like outvoted, and now it's going to be up to the Congress to actually invoke on that. But it's like, if the Congress and the Senate and the House of Representatives is all Republican, do you really think they're going to act on that? Probably not. So, yeah, that's just whatever. Trump doing whatever he want already. But, yeah. I just wanted to play this for y'all real quick because as black people and as a black man, we've heard about reparations probably our whole life, right? And how black people we never gonna get reparations and blah 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 blah. We're not white people saying, oh, you're not owed it, blah 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 blah, blah, all of that stuff, right? Donald Trump is about to give reparations to white people, bro. Just listen to this video real quick. Hold on. You gotta hear this. Hold up.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America.
So, that was a bunch of political jargon, but basically what he's saying is he is taking money from the from the HBCUs and he's going to punish them for not allowing white people into their schools. And the crazy part is that was never, ever, ever a thing. Never a thing. That was never a thing. Like, any white person can go to an HBCU. But most of them don't because it's an HBCU, historically black college university, So it's like, this is what America voted for, bro. And to be a black person and vote for Trump, and like I said, I know it wasn't really many of us. I'm going to say y'all like I'm not black, but it wasn't many of us. I think in total, maybe like 15-ish% of black people voted for Trump. But in that 15%, that's easily like probably like 1 million, 2 million people. How do y'all feel? Like, how do y'all feel about that? Him literally coming out and saying, yeah, bro, we taking money from HBCUs and portions of that is going to go back to white people as reparations because y'all aren't allowing them in y'all schools. That has to be the biggest slap in the face to black Americans worldwide. Like, what are we talking? Well, nationwide, but what are we talking about? That's something that happened to us, and now you're gonna try to say, "Oh yeah, nah, it's happened the other way." Oh man, and along with his addresses, he's been naming some cabinet members and also opening up new branches. Well, not branches of government, but new parts of government, new departments. He created the government efficiency program or the government efficiency department out of thin air, and he named Elon Musk. And I think some Indian dude like Vivek something. But Elon Musk as the head. And government efficiency is supposed to like regulate government spending. So you put the person who's literally, it's documented, has made, I think he's up to billions now, billions off of the government in charge of regulating government spending. If you don't think that's funny, he also hired a Fox News host named Pete Hegseth as his Secretary of Defense. Now, I looked into Pete Hegseth a little bit. He does have like military background and all that stuff. I think like 10 years or whatever he served in the military, something like that. But you've been on the Fox News host. You've been on a Fox News desk for the past, I think, decade? I don't know. He's been on there for a while. And that's who you named your Secretary of Defense. There wasn't any more other credible candidates out there, viable options. No. This dude is literally hiring a bunch of his own yes men. And yeah, I mean, we're just in for a wild ride for the next 4 years, bro. That's all I can really say. And I've seen this a couple of different times on just different platforms, bro. But apparently a good amount of Trump supporters didn't know that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. So people wanted to get rid of Obamacare but wanted to keep the Affordable Care Act. Y'all got to be some of the stupidest motherfuckers I've ever come across. Like, you have successfully failed. You have successfully failed for the marketing, for the smear campaign put on by Republicans. Bro, it has always been called the Affordable Care Act. Republicans and Donald Trump mainly started calling it Obamacare to try to throw dirt on it and make it not a good thing. But it has widely helped so many Americans across the nation. So now people are upset and they're blaming the Democrats. Oh, why does it have two names? This is the problem now. It never had two names. It never had two names, bro. Trump just created something and y'all just started running with it. And then, I guess it did have two names because that's what they did. But it has always been the Affordable Care Act, the ACA. And now you're losing that because you literally voted to get rid of it with your vote for Donald Trump. That's poetic justice for real. Like, that's crazy. The fact that y'all and there's so many of y'all that had no idea. This is why, I know this will probably cause a hassle. And obviously it would. But there needs to be some type of test before Americans can vote. And I'm talking every 4 years. Because people don't know what they're voting on. And it's this is why they should do it something where it's you can vote on your phone. But I know that's probably something where they would things can be hacked and all that shit. But it's if they could come up with a lock solid database where they could create some type of app and you can vote on your phone and everybody has this, it is mandatory as an American that you have this app on your phone, right? So, and this app keeps you informed and everything. But before you go to vote, it's going to give you a test. And if you don't pass a test with at least an 80, just like when it comes to the driver's test, the written test, if you don't pass that test with at least an 80, 20 questions, you are not eligible to vote. But they won't do that because they bank on people being uninformed and falling for propaganda. They bank on that. Because if you, let's just be real. If everyone was educated on the topics at hand, thoroughly educated, and we knew that everyone was educated on the issues and everyone knew that it's since 2000, I believe it is, or right before 2000, who's the president before then? I think Clinton. Since Clinton, economy, America statistically does better under a Democratic Party. So for people to just conveniently forget that every 4 to 8 years, yeah, this is why that should happen. There should be some type of database or some type of app that everyone, it's mandatory that it stays on your phone. Just like that YouTube. Y'all remember that U2 album that was on everybody's iPhone and you could not get it off? That's what they need. Like that's the type of app I'm talking about. Like it needs to go on everybody's phone. You don't download it, nothing. It just pops up. And you're like, oh man, that's invasive, bro. We in America, they watch our every move already. So yeah, like just take the app, sign up, make sure it's all you, take them quizzes, and be informed. And then when it's time to vote for the president, everyone is informed. So now if you and you're actually fully informed. So now if you vote for the less majority or the less popular party or whatever, it is what it is. Like it's at least we know you fully align with all of this stuff, and and you're educated on everything that's happening. So, yeah. I got another video also that I wanted to play for you guys. This is from Now This Impact. I just wanted to play it because it was relevant to what I'm talking about. And yeah, they're basically saying that Project 2025 is a real thing, and which we knew. Most people knew that. Only people who didn't really know that were, or didn't really believe it, I should say, were MAGA supporters. Everyone else in the world believed this. And that's what's crazy to me because, well, no, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. A good amount of Democrats understood that Project 2025 is a real thing. So just listen.
GOP allies admitted that Project 2025 was a plan all along, less than 24 hours after Trump's win was called. Matt Walsh, a right-wing commentator, wrote on X, "We can finally say that, yeah, actually Project 2025 is the agenda." But whether Walsh was trolling or not, Stephen Miller, who was in a Project 2025 recruiting video, was just named Trump's chief of staff for policy. Since 2021, Miller's been running the right-wing group America First Legal, the first of many organizations to formally back Project 2025. Trump also named Tom Homan, a key contributor to Project 2025, as his border czar to carry out mass deportations. Trump had tried to distance himself from the unpopular 900-page scheme to rescue the country from the grip of the radical left, but we all knew it was his plan all along. The overlap in his proposals from Project 2025 and his Agenda 47, the myriad of Trump allies behind the document, and the Heritage Foundation telling us Trump endorsed it in a secretly recorded video gave it away.
He's very supportive of what we do.
It wasn't the left that got tricked. It was those who voted for Trump, believing they would never try to implement Project 2025 and saying Democrats were just fear-mongering. Just some of the document's contents include an unprecedented expansion of the president's power, a national abortion ban, doing away with environmental protections, erasing any protections for LGBTQI+ people, eliminating the Department of Education, rolling back benefits for veterans, and so much more. Those on the left have been gearing up to fight the draconian plan, but a professor of public policy and political science at Northeastern University said there's a high probability a large portion of the plans get enacted if Republicans control the Senate and House. We're now in the around and find out stage of American politics.
So, yeah. As most of us, a lot of people knew, that shit is real. And it's crazy. I forget the guy's name, but I just seen that the person that he put in charge of like the Environmental Protection Agency he believes global warming is not a real thing. So yeah, I know other countries have to be laughing at America so bad right now, dog. Like, you can't tell me they're not like bent over, stomach hurt laughing at us, because what is happening, dog? What is happening in this country? And I keep harping on this because look, I was an education major. So like the whole Board of Education thing, him trying to get rid of that really bothers me. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like, yeah, I'm an education major, or I have an education degree, but I don't use it. But it's still like, in my core, I still care about the children's education and the children's future and shit like that when it comes to stuff like that. But I just did a little bit of research, as everyone should be doing, and I kind of knew some of these things, but I didn't know all of them. So getting rid of the Board of Education means that IEPs are done. You know, the individualized education programs for students who need them, who super, super need them, and they are super beneficial to the students who need them, they're done. Meaning all those kids with IEPs will be put back into the regular classroom and get left behind. That's a good thing, right? FAFSA would be a thing of the past, and you're only going to be able to go to college if you can afford it out of pocket. Things like the Bell and Pell grants would be no more. So, like, it's not just like elementary school being elementary public, elementary, middle, and high school being affected. No, this affects all branches of education. So that means all them people in the low income areas that are super smart and they get a partial scholarship or something like that, they're not going to school anymore. Because if you can't afford this, well, FAFSA is not a thing. Financial aid isn't going to be a thing anymore. Financial aid is literally protected by the Board of Education. So, yeah, that wasn't the smartest thing. And then you couple the getting rid of Board of Education, you couple that with school choice. That means inner city schools are fucked as well as super rural schools. The schools with the best athletics and academics will get the most funding from the government as long as they follow the government's protocol and curriculum. The other schools will get what's left over if they're lucky. And I explained that before already. But yeah, that is a very strong possibility this shit is going to happen. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or the IDEA Act, is a piece of American legislation that ensures that students with a disability are provided a free, appropriate public education that is tailored to their individual needs. That will be gone as well. So if you have a special needs child and you voted for Trump, bless your heart. That's it's like it's past calling y'all stupid, yo. It's past all of that. It's past it. So yeah, just bless your heart. That's all I can say. Like, you literally voted against things that are put in place to make sure that your child can succeed or, just get ahead in life. That is actually crazy. Prayers are all involved, I guess, because I think I was talking to Angela about this or somebody else too. But like, if I'm being 100% real, myself, I am a 30-year-old black man. I've been voting since 2012. Yeah, I think that was my first year of voting. Nothing has really changed for me in America since 2012. Obviously, things get more expensive. Like, I deal with stuff like that. But as a black man, there has been nothing that's either affected me like super positively or super negatively. Because let's be real, when it comes to politics, the black man is forgotten. They don't give a fuck about us for real. So me feeling the way I feel and being upset about people that are affected, like, it just shows empathy, because like, for real, I'm not affected. My son, yeah, the Board of Education and everything, that's a serious thing, but Trump got, like, I really don't think he's going to be able to, like, remove the parameters as to where he can be president longer than 4 years. I don't think that's going to happen. But let's just say it's not going to happen. He's out of there in 4 years, and then another party comes in and they try to fix up the shit that he fucked up, right? My son is just going to be going to school. Like, he still won't be in school. He'll be 4. So the public education stuff, that's affecting children now and in the next 4 years. That's not affecting my kid. I was born here. My wife we born here. All my family born here. Mass deportation isn't going to affect us. Only thing that could very possibly affect us as black men, or just my family, and even like, only thing that can very majorly possibly affect us is the police having blanket immunity. But I'm not a criminal, so I don't super speed. I don't do shit to get me pulled over. So I probably won't get affected too much there unless cops just want to be assholes, and then that just happens. But that could happen now to me. That's happened to me before. And I'm still here. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, yeah, I feel for the people that it affects, but it don't really affect me. And it's like, I feel like people were literally voting against their own interests to hurt other people. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. But this is my last little Trump tidbit thing that I wanted to talk about, because I feel like I've been talking about Trump a lot. And yeah, it's just wow. But we all remember that Trump has said multiple times that he ended the war between Russia and Ukraine within a day, right? As soon as I get elected, it takes a phone call. I know him very well. It takes a phone call. My Trump impression is terrible. Very much. All it takes a phone call. Yeah, no, I'm not good at impressions. Sorry. But, yeah, he said that. He said that on multiple different occasions. He said it. He has said it different ways. Yeah. But, it hasn't happened yet. And to show Trump how much he really fucks with him, or what he really thinks of him, Putin is over there in Russia showing Melania, Trump's ex-wife, on national TV naked, bro. He basically saying, Trump, you a bitch. Like, that's crazy. This is what's happening all around the world. And it's going to take me all around the world. Sorry, ADHD stroke right there. But, yeah, bro, that's wild. And at one point, I thought Putin and Trump were cool, but clearly they not cool. Or not as cool as Trump say they are. And Putin, basically, Putin might be looking at Trump like, you my bitch. You gonna do what I tell you to do. Especially, yeah, because you sent that nigga like 200,000 pieces of, what was it? The COVID shit, the masks and the tests and all that shit. When Americans was like, they needed that shit bad as hell. Trump is Putin's bitch, bro. Damn. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But that's America for you. What else you gonna say, you know? But nextly, all off the Trump stuff. Real quick, I just found this out. There's never before seen footage reportedly showing that PNB Rock was set up by a restaurant employee and not the baby mama / girlfriend, and his food was delayed for like 40 minutes. So, all them people that was coming crazy at that girl, y'all owe her an apology, because y'all swore up and down that she was trying to set PNB Rock up. And it winded up being the employees, bro. Like, you can't even trust the establishment where you trying to go get a meal. The employees is setting you up. Niggas got a DoorDash, everything. Uber Eats, all of it. Grubhub, give it to me. Postmates, thank you. That's ridiculous, bro. The fucking employees is setting up the customers. We are in a devious world, bro. R.I.P. to PNB Rock. Prayers out to that girl. Yeah. Just crazy, dog. So just had to tell y'all that real quick. Excuse me. And nextly, this is a lighter topic, obviously, getting off that heavy stuff. I just gotta tell y'all, I developed trust issues when Disney Channel switched the art style of American Dragon Jake Long and didn't tell anybody, bro. That's when I developed trust issues with people, because, bro, look at the art difference. The first one looked fire. And if we're being honest, the second one's not that bad. But the second one's not bad if you see that first. If you see the first art style of American Dragon Jake Long and then you look at the second version of it, they look like they on drugs. Everybody all super skinny and look just like sickly. Like, no. Give us back the full, thicker lines, all of that stuff with the art style. But that's literally when I developed my trust issues. I stopped trusting everybody around me. Because they literally just changed that like overnight. I'm watching American Dragon Jake Long. I was probably maybe like 12 when this came out. Something 10 to 12, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I used to watch it faithfully. And then they just switched the art style on us, dog. And not like really, like they look drugged out in the new one. And only because you've seen the old ones first. Like, the old ones, he actually looked like an Asian dude. Jake Long looked like somebody named Jake Long. In the new ones, Jake Long looked like somebody named Jake Bradshaw. Like, he looked like a white boy. He looked like a white boy with Asian aesthetics. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it was like y'all had an authentic rendition of this cartoon. It looked well. It looked good. And then y'all were just like, nah, let's Americanize it. Let's make him look like a white boy. Right then and there, that's when I knew America cannot be trusted. But, yeah. So, nextly, it's the Week 10 football top 5, bruh. And I'm being 100% honest here. This is what it is. This is what it is, bro. So, at the number 5 spot, I'm being respectful. Because if I want to be completely biased, yeah. If I want to be completely biased, the Steelers is at the number 2 spot in the top 5 this week. We at the number 2 spot if I'm being biased, but I'm being objective. And being objective, the Steelers are at the number 5 spot. There's a couple teams sitting around that 7-2 record, but the Steelers have the lowest deficits in their losses at just 6 points. Both of our losses, we lost by 3 points each. That's why we're at the 5th spot and not the Eagles, Vikings, or the Commanders. That's what it is. Number 4, we got the Bills. Quite simply, the Bills are balling, sitting at 8-3. Josh Allen has already thrown for 17 touchdowns and just 4 picks. In my opinion, he's definitely like the second in the MVP race. And he's doing it without any premier players right now. Like, Amari Cooper is good, but he's no top 15 receiver. He's not. To me, he's somewhere in the 16 to 20 range, maybe. I can 1,000% name 15 receivers better than Amari Cooper. At the number 3 spot, we got to put the Ravens. While the Steelers do have a better record than the Ravens, the Ravens are currently 2-1 in their division. That's a deciding factor for me. And they're second in the NFL points per game, while Derrick Henry is already over 1,100 rushing yards in just 10 games, and Lamar Jackson is having another MVP year and literally is playing his best football to date. It's like, how does this nigga continue to get better? 24 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions with 2 rushing TDs. Yeah, you got to put them in the number 3 spot. The number 2 spot, you guessed it, you probably know, the Lions. They're sitting at 8-1, and it must be, honestly, it's got to be like super amazing to be a Lions fan right now. Jared Goff is also in the MVP conversation, but he might not be for you anymore after he threw 5 interceptions. I get it, but up until then, he was doing really well. Oh no, they're doing unheard of things like more passing touchdowns and incompletions since week 3, but obviously that has come to an end because he threw 5 interceptions. And they're currently leading the NFL in points per game, even when playing terribly. Like I just keep saying, 5 interceptions against the Texans, they still pulled out the victory. But sidebar, I feel if that was any other team other than the Texans, because they are super shaky right now. They're super shaky. If that was the Packers, the Packers win that game. If that was the Bucks win that game. I promise you. If that was the Chargers win that game. The Falcons win that game. There's a bunch of teams that would have won that game. So, yeah, but you still gotta respect it. They're at 8-1, and they pulled out that victory with five picks. And very simply, the Chiefs is number one. They're not even playing at full strength right now, so it's no real argument. They're 9-0, and they're still kind of hobbled. They missing their star running back. Rashee Rice is out for the year. I think Hollywood might have came back, but they still. I mean, they got what's the face over there, DeAndre Hopkins. He doing good. He doing well, and Juju, whatever. But Pat Mahomes, and he ain't even playing well right now. So yeah, they're scary if they do get to full strength and then just start beating the shit out of people. But yeah, so that's the football top 5. As Stephen A would say, the list is fluid. The list is fluid. But yeah, bro. I honestly, the Steelers play the Ravens this Sunday at 1:00. Everybody gonna be watching that game, and then the Bills and the Chiefs play at 4. Everybody is feeling like the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs. I don't know though. I honestly listen. I'm gonna give y'all my super dark horse prediction. I believe the Chiefs are going to go undefeated until the AFC Championship game, and they're going to meet us, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we are going to beat the dog shit out of them in that game. That is my dark horse prediction, and then the Steelers are going to go off to the Super Bowl. Now, it might sound crazy, but just think about it real quick. All the teams other than the Chiefs, they can be had. They can be taken. Bills. We can beat the Bills. We can beat the Ravens. Those are the only teams in the AFC that scare me. And not even really scare me, because no team really scares me anymore. Because Russ is balling, bro. Y'all have no idea how, well, yes, y'all do. Y'all know since, what did Ben retire in 21? Yeah, Ben retired in 21. We've been winning good quarterback play since 2019, because them last 2 years, Ben was shaky as hell. He's very immobile. He couldn't move. He was stiff. Yeah, as Steelers fans, if you're a Steelers fan listening to this, you know I'm telling the truth. Those last 2 years of Ben was kind of unbearable. We were winning. But it was not Big Ben. That was, damn, Ben, you got big. Yeah, but we have a good quarterback back in Pittsburgh, bro. And Russ, we fucking trust. Stop playing. We got a good quarterback in Pittsburgh, so I think we can get anybody for real. I really do. I genuinely do. But this Sunday is going to be a good test for us. What do we got? And then we got the Browns on Thursday is it the Browns? I think it's the Browns. Then we got the Browns on Thursday on a short week. So, yeah. These next few games is definitely going to be some tests for us. But I think we prepared, bro. I think we are ready. And I think y'all going to see Steelers in the Super Bowl this year. And I think we're going to get our 7th ring this year. I really, really, really do. But nextly, it's time for Forgotten Artists. So this is Forgotten Artists, Part 4, Group Edition. So you got Trillville. Now, maybe more people in Atlanta, y'all might know more Trillville's music, but the only Trillville song that I know is that what it is. Oh, what's up? Can a nigga get in them goods? Cause you want like you ain't been in God. I think the song is called Some Cut. So give me your number and I'll call and I'll find that ass in the mall. Yeah, that song. That song was work. And then then I remember probably almost 10 years ago now, but it had like a resurgence because that TikTok or them videos went around with people doing that little leg dance to it, to the beat. But yeah, Trailville, I remember y'all, brother. That was a good group. Well, y'all had a really good song. I don't like I said, I'm not from Atlanta. And like maybe y'all might know a lot more of their music, but the one song that I did know, that shit went platinum in black communities. And even like social media community. So, yeah. Then you got the Shop Boys. Again, they could have had other bigger music in Atlanta. But the one song that went national that everybody knew was that Party Like a Rock Star, totally, dude. Do y'all remember that shit? That's the time where like you had niggas running around with mohawks. My brother was one of them. He was the culprit. He had a mohawk at that time. That was like that around that Roscoe Dash, futuristic swag, Young LA type of shit. Like, yeah, niggas was running around with mohawks and designs on the side. But it's the Shop Boys. I remember you, brother. I remember y'all, brother. Brothers. Sorry about that. And then we got the GS Boys. Damn. Most of these groups is from Atlanta. The GS Boys. Now, again, not from Atlanta. I'm from New Jersey. So, they could have had other songs in Atlanta. But the one song that went national, bitch, I want do the stanky leg. Hey, hey. Fun fact about me, I won a stinky leg contest in Virginia. I have won a stinky leg contest, bro. And I'm stamping that I'll kill anybody in a stinky leg. But yeah. GS Boys. I remember y'all, brothers. And then you got D4L. Now we getting into the thick of it. Now, D4L, they had a couple. They're from Atlanta as well. They had a couple that went national. Well, I think really just two. But you can't do it like me. Nope. But you can't do it like me. Nope. And then the smash. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy. I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum or Mr. Chico Stick. That's honestly, first of all, sidebar. Shout out to you, Fabo. That's one of the most iconic verses in rap history. I don't give a fuck. That nigga said, I wanna da-da-da. Oh, cause you so thick. Girl, come and Jolly Rancher. Cause I stay so hot. Like, bro, I can literally recite that shit word for word right now, but I'm not going to. But shout out to y'all. D4L. I definitely remember you, brothers. And last but not least, them Franchise Boys. Now, again, another group from Atlanta. Damn, all the forgotten groups is from Atlanta for this episode. But them Franchise Boys, bro. When them niggas came out with that lean with it, rock with it. Bro, that song literally taught me rhythm. Like, to this day, my mom tells me up and down, before that song came out, I could not dance on beat. Lean with it, rock with it taught me how to dance and how to dance on beat, I guess. But them Franchise Boys with that lean with it, rock with it, and then they had the I think they like me. I think they like me when they heard me on the other one. So it's only right that I hit y'all with another one. Bro, come on. Them Franchise Boys, bro, they goated. I don't care what nobody say. They're goated, and you better remember them. But them Franchise Boys, I definitely remember y'all, brothers. Had one of the hardest group remixes ever, bro. That I think they like me remix was so fire. You had the Brat on there, Bow Wow, JD. Well, it was a So Def remix, but the song, out of here, dog. That lean with it, rock with it, bro. Come on. So I remember all y'all groups. I'm sure most people do. Y'all, or we should. Because those was great times, bro. But nextly, I got a current event for you guys. Dum. So let me just get to that real quick. So, in a quirky tale from Florida, a kangaroo named Jack hopped away from his enclosure 3 weeks ago while trying to escape a bear. The marsupial The marsupial managed to evade capture for weeks, bouncing through neighborhoods, sparking a community-wide search and plenty of local interest. Authorities worked with local residents to track sightings, but the elusive kangaroo often maneuvered searchers, causing it to become somewhat of a local celebrity. Finally, on November 7th, Jack was found and safely returned to his owner. The entire incident highlighted the kangaroo's unexpected resilience and the bear's surprising role in its escape. Though Jack is now home, his brief Florida adventure brought amusement to the community and raised eyebrows as people wondered what led a kangaroo to face off with a bear. So, yeah, that's happening in America. While America is voting for Trump, kangaroos is trying to fight bears and jumping through Florida. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, hold on. I also have Today in Black History, but it's kind of messed up because I wrote this out. I forget what day I wrote this joint out, but I was supposed to shoot it that day. So I took the history from that day. So I don't have the history. So I'm going to just give y'all the notes that I had. And I think this was, today's the 15th. I think this was from the 10th. Maybe that I was writing this, the 10th or the 11th. But yeah, so I'll just read y'all. So Nat Turner led one of America's most violent slave revolts in, Nat Turner led one of America's most violent slave revolts in Southampton, Virginia. It is said that Turner, a deeply religious man and preacher who could read and write, felt he who was inspired by God. Sorry, I can't fucking read right now. To lead the revolt to show the evils of slavery and, if possible, lead slaves to freedom. Nat Turner was hung and skinned on November 11th. That's the day that it was. 1831. Yeah. Then we got John Baxter was born in 1882 on November 11th, obviously. John Baxter Jr. was a member of the gold medal medley relay team in 1908 Summer Olympics in London, becoming the first African American to win an Olympic gold. Shout out to you, John Baxter Taylor. Boom. He was born in 1882. That's what that is. African American inventor D. McCree patents the first portable fire escape. That's dope. Shout out to you, D. McCree, and to your family and everything. Former Mr. Olympia Lee Haney was born in Spartanburg, South Carolina in 1959. Happy belated birthday, Lee Haney. Angola gains in their independence from Portugal in 1975. Shout out to that. Angola is in Africa, I believe. Yeah, it's in Africa. Pilot Barrington Irving, born in Jamaica in 1983. Irving is the youngest person and the first black person and first Jamaican American and youngest person ever to pilot a plane around the world solo. So that's huge. Shout out to you, Barrington Irving. That's crazy. And yeah, so that's all your Black history from November 11th. Sorry. Next time I'll be better and I'll make sure that I'm on point with my days. And nextly, the last little tidbit for today, we got the Facebook question. So the Facebook question I posted kind of a while ago, but I'm still going to read it. But it's what is the fattest or greediest thing that you've ever done? So I said, do y'all know the unfrosted Pop-Tarts? Like, they're a thing. People like them. That's why they're a thing. But one day back in my adolescence, I thought it would be a good idea for me to make a Pop-Tart sandwich. Now you're looking at me like, what is a Pop-Tart sandwich? You listen to this like, yeah, what is a Pop-Tart sandwich? A Pop-Tart sandwich is 2 unfrosted Pop-Tarts as your bread or your outside of the sandwich, and then 1 frosted Pop-Tart in the middle as the meat or whatever condiments that are inside of your sandwich, or whatever contents are inside the sandwich. So, in essence, it's literally just 3 Pop-Tarts stacked up like this. Yeah, that's probably the fattest, greediest thing I've ever done. That's some fat shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I probably never do it again, but it definitely made me Pop-Tart sandwich. So then Phil, my boy Phil, came in. He said, I put the Little Debbie strawberry shortcake in between 2 frosted blueberry Pop-Tarts and made a sandwich. See, Phil, you are a man of my cloth. I feel where you coming from. We on the same fat nigga shit. Like, we on some same fat nigga shit. Jalissa, sorry. She says, made Fruity Pebbles made Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treats and smacked some cheesecake filling in it, folded it like a taco, and dipped it in white chocolate. I was big time fried, but I'd do it again. Jalissa, you might have did something there, girl. That don't sound too bad for real. That don't sound too bad. That's some big back activity for sure, but it sounds delicious. I'll take 2 if you make them again. My boy Childo Muggy, I only took like 4 this time because a lot of the answers wasn't funny to me. So I was just like, oh, that's regular. Like one of the people going to comment and was like, oh yeah, I made a steak, egg, and cheese bagel before it was a thing at McDonald's. Nigga, that's regular. That's a breakfast sandwich. You made a breakfast sandwich. Like, what? But yeah, so, and then Childo Muggy, that's his rap name. That's bro. And the crazy part is, I've known him for a few years now, and I only know him by his rap name. I don't know his real name. But he said, the other day I broke a strawberry Pop-Tart in half and put 2 strips of bacon between them and made a sandwich. Real big back shit. I gotta stop smoking. Yes, real big back shit. No, you don't gotta stop smoking because that's a creative thing. You might like, it's fat and it's super big back, but bro, I see where you going there. Like, I see the vision. That's sweet and savory. I see it. And then the last one, my boy Takashi, and not Takashi 69. His name is really Takashi. I met him when I was like 16 working at Taco Bell. He said, ate one of my kids' Uncrustables frozen. Now, it's only greedy because it was one of your kids. Frozen Uncrustables are actually good, bro. I've eaten one before. They're good. Like, it's something about the jelly and the peanut butter being like hard. Pause. But it's something about it. And yeah, I only blame you and calling you greedy because you ate one of your kids. Like, now you know, for future reference, buy both of y'all a box. So your kid can have his and you can have yours. And then nextly, for the top and the bottom of the week, the top of the week, I know we kind of late, but Kamala Harris, I salute you, sis. I salute you, Madam Vice President. You ran a hell of a campaign. Yeah, I'm proud of you. And I hope you come back or just don't disappear from the face of the earth, because everybody's trying to say, oh, like, no, we need a populist to run the next time. So I don't know if you're going to be the candidate next time, but I thank you. You're the top of the week. And the bottom of the week goes to the American people. And not because it's like, you voted for, or like, you know, we all have our choice, but the fact that it's like, y'all were ill-informed voters. Like, you were just ill-informed, misinformed, however you want to spin it or call it. Like, you didn't do what was needed. And now we all have to reap what we all sowed, if that makes sense. But, yeah. So, that's the episode today. We're at the end. Oh, got to give you guys a song of the day. I always be forgetting about that. Song of the day. Song of the day. Song of the day. It's a song of the day. The song of the day, yet again, is MGN by me. HeIsMellowD, of course. I made the beat. I made the song. I'm loving the song right now. I love that bounce to it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so that's why I'm making the song of the day again. So I ain't shit yet, but I will be later in life. So join the I'ma Shut Up family, and everything's gonna be quite all right. Make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, retweet, repost, all of that good stuff so this podcast can grow. And yeah, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours, little bitch.
Did you see it? Yeah, I saw it. No, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. I got money.
Mellow made it.
Yeah. Well, alright. Smoke well, stay mellow. I wasn't born rich, but I learned how to get it. I'ma stack it up and flip it. Never slipping on my pivot. Big mellow. I'm just a money getting nigga. Listen, I will never lie on my dick. No sir. That's some fuckboy shit. That ain't in my DNA. And I will never lie to my bitch. No sir. She don't take no shit. She is not a CNA. Call me Nate Dogg, bitch. Smoking weed like every day. Well, right. My daddy was a player and he taught me the game. My Tessie kinda dirty, but I drive it anyway. Autopilot driving while I'm on the speedway. Look, I'm shining, but I'm protected like Bliss Stack. She running from the dick. She asks you, is it in yet? Keeps me a freak who love getting her lips wet. And she call me bro cause she don't care about incest. I do it all, fuck a handout. Back in first grade, all my teachers knew I was a standout. Messing with my money is how you become a man down. Didn't know what I was doing, figured out my plan now. Yeah. Well, alright. Smoke well, stay mellow. I wasn't born rich, but I learned how to get it. I'ma stack it up and flip it. Never slipping on my pivot. I'm just a money getting nigga. I was 16 when I first tried lean, but I really didn't like it cause it put me to sleep. Look, senior year, I quit the football team. Fuck making some tackles, a nigga wanted the cream. And the handout for me was the harder way. But I turned all my pennies into dollars. I had to regroup and figure out a smarter way. Look, now it's the steak with the lobster. Got two big dogs if you try some shit. And my youngest one is really on go. Got that thing on me, so don't try no shit. Cause I wouldn't lose sleep to see you go. Look, I slide in this bitch like I'm home and I'm safe. Look, back in the days, I was stretching the eighth. Look, long way to go to $1 million in the safe. But I'm damn sure much further from that minimum wage, yeah. Yeah. Well, alright. Smoke well, stay mellow. I wasn't born rich, but I learned how to get it. I'ma stack it up and flip it. Never slipping on my pivot. Yeah, I'm just a money getting nigga. I'm just a money getting nigga. Yeah, HeIsMellowD. The drippy hippie. The local stoner. Look, I wasn't born rich, but I learned how to get it. I'ma stack it